Previously on X-Men.
All right, bitches, we are here, honey. We are motherfucking here, and I am joined with my outside brother in Christ, honey. Yes, God, honey. For the artist, how are you?
Hey everyone, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Fellow brother and outsider Christ, honey. It's me, D, will be joining us shortly, but we do appreciate you guys for joining us this afternoon, bitch, for a conversation piece in honor of Pride Month. Also, trying to identify Black, gay LGBT members in the superhero world. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I lack a lot of that knowledge, so this conversation will mostly be ran by fellow outsiders in Christ for the artist and its be once he joins us. So, boy,
Yes.
can you give us like a cute
Okay.
little history,
A cute little history.
or just anything that comes to mind that they can educate myself and the rest of the audience that's coming in?
Okay. So to basically give a summary, um, comic books generally was originally was just made to tell stories, just to pass time for kids and stuff. But then other artists and writers became to get more involved with it and feel like it's an outlet for them to tell their own stories and views of how they perceive everyday happenings of life. And it came to the point where people who falls under the spectrum and the minorities feel like there was no really a good outlet for them. Um, Basically, how we are with TV shows of representation for Black people and gay people. The same rule applies to comic books because you always see the narrative of the straight white man or the straight black man, the tough one from the streets, like Luke Cage. Um, so basically, not a lot of people who falls under the in between spectrums. Uh, Long story short, they didn't realize there was other characters that came into creation as time went on to show representation. Um, so basically, we just come here to collab and discuss of good characters that you may or may not know that's
Hmm.
underneath that falls under that spectrum and give like a little brief history of what they are and just have fun with it. So basically that.
Okay. Who would you identify with as one, if you can, a member of the spectrum? Hold on one second. D's coming in.
D
You ready?
Wave to the audience.
All right.
Shout out.
Fellow outsider in Christ, it's me, D. What's up, boo?
Woo!
Yes.
Hey you guys, what's up? It's hot. Jesus,
Oh,
Well,
it
be
is.
hot in New
winter is
York. My
coming, bitch.
God,
Winter is coming.
I'm
Winter is
telling you, it
coming.
should come over here because it sure didn't come on Game of Thrones.
I'll let you know now.
It never came.
I don't know how
Okay.
hot it is in New
That
York,
bitch
but
was
it's hot
hot.
over here in Florida.
It
I'll
is.
tell you that
It
much.
is like 90s. I'm over here sweating like a sinner in church. Lord Jesus, my
my
God,
my light
today.
bill just went up an extra $20, child, because I've been blasting that damn AC. Usually I cut it off, but it's been too hot. I can't sleep when it's hot. Mm-mm. It's not
Period.
happening. No
Fan
God.
yourself, fan Lord.
Today is all
Um,
around busy day for me, so it's like, my God.
I hear you.
but to answer your question, yes, which who I identify with,
Mm-hmm.
mm, that's a tough one. Um, so far I haven't really came across anybody I really identify with per se. But as for who I lean towards more of liking, it's a character named Wiccan. He's from Marvel Universe.
Mm.
He is the son, technically, of Scarlet Witch in the Vision.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and basically, his powers is similar to Scarlet Witch. But when he first started off, he thought he was a he was a fan of Thor, so he went by the name of Asgardian. But he had to change it because the team he was in, called the Young Avengers, said that if that name went out to the public, that they'll probably get some harassment by it because the word ass is in there, and by him being overly gay.
I really wouldn't have made that connection, but okay.
The
Someone,
writers at the time, the
someone who
writers
was
at the time,
thinking that way must be questioning their sexuality.
right. But basically, he always been a fan of Scarlet Witch because in that timeline period, for some reason, they made it seem like he wasn't really the son of Scarlet Witch, but he came across her one time when she was jogging out and about after he was being bullied. She came across. They basically he was having a talk with her, heart to heart talk, saying that how he was being bullied for being gay, stuff like that. And so like Scarlet Witch gave him some word of encouragement, some uplifting spirits, and she gave him a kiss on the forehead, and which unlocked his powers.
Mm.
Mm.
And so basically he has the same amount of powers. This is different from the movie. Different powers related. He could warp, both of them could warp reality, change it to everything how they want it. Um, and then he's fell in love and been in a long term relationship with another superhero on the team named Hulkling, who's a scroll, basically the
Mm.
shapeshift. Um, Personally, I would have fun with that. If you have a boyfriend like that, what?
Hmm. Okay.
But
You can
right,
change that dick to any size, child.
exactly,
I don't feel like having a big dick
exactly,
today. I can go ahead and
exactly.
switch. Let me stop. Okay, we're talking. Because sometimes you may not feel like taking, as guardian dick. You might just want to take some, flash dick.
You
Or
said as guardian?
Asgardian.
Woo!
that's a
Or
lot.
the Atom or Ant Man.
You, ooh. No, I don't.
Don't do Ant Man because I seen what's that show called what's that Amazon show called with the superheroes? I can't, not no Ant Man.
Hey, Cats be boo.
The
Hey
Amazon.
cat.
Hey, Cass.
All right. So ITSMEDEE, what superhero that you could relate to?
I don't even think it's just one because it's like bits
There's a
of
lot.
different ones that I can choose from. There's a lot. Listen, I got my list right here.
Just highlight
Um, as
some
you can
LGBT
see,
ones
huh?
that I said. Just
What
go ahead.
happened?
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Y'all can hear me?
yeah.
Yeah.
So one of them is Deadpool. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know Deadpool is pansexual. Like he'll
Mm-hmm.
even in the movie they kind of touched on it like a little bit when he was flirting with
Little bit.
Colossus
And
a
even
little
if
Colossus.
bit. Just a
the dick
bit.
off by accident, it grows back.
Yeah, it does. It
I mean,
does.
Um.
okay,
Well. Well.
But I like his his spontaneity about it, and it's like he doesn't have a care in the world about it. He does, he doesn't judge anybody. Same thing with Harley Quinn. I identify with her as well. I think the spontaneity of their sexuality, where they're not afraid to express themselves. One day she may want the Joker, one day she may want Poison Ivy. One
mm,
day she wants sausage, one day she want to be a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm
Nah,
with
I
it.
question Harley Quinn though,
No,
because
I'm
why would
lying.
you be with
I'm
Joker of
lying.
all people?
I'm lying. Not I'm lying, but there's one. one that's like stands out, and I think I did him in my DC countdown. Aqualad, not the one from the TV show. Even on the third season, they explored his
They did. They
sexuality.
did.
He's gay in the comic book, and he's black.
Mm.
In the cartoon for the first two seasons that was on Cartoon Network, he was dating Aqua Girl, but now on the third season that's on the streaming service for DC Universe,
Hmm.
he's I don't know if they didn't really say if he is, but he's introduced the guy as his partner. So I was like, okay, inclusive, including. So I really when I saw that they brought a black Aqualad, I thought it was pretty interesting that he
Hmm.
was also gay.
It was. It kind of shook me when they released that on the third season. I was like,
I identify with him too.
Okay. I
All right,
really,
I'm
since
gonna
I
try to
don't
go
really
there.
know much about any, again, like I said, I was very surprised at my gay 32 years on this life child, birthing rainbows child and shit. I've never really thought about,
not birthing rainbows.
I've never really thought about,
I'm going to come in and come back out. Y'all sound like y'all underwater. I sound like I'm Aqualad right now. I could hear like water sound.
Blow some bubbles.
okay.
Frozen in time.
No mistakes, no
No.
heartaches.
I think
I have a song for everything.
Right. Okay. I guess I should start listing of the characters who fall in the spectrum. Um. Well, there was Aqualad, the Black Aqualad, from Young Justice. He falls under there. Harley Quinn, for people who don't know that. Um. Wiccan, Hulkling, like I mentioned. Um. In another universe, Green Lantern named Al Scott. He is gay.
mhm.
Um.
Okay.
There's Batwoman, who goes by Catherine Duquesne, I think it is. She's
Yeah.
uh, she's also under the spectrum. She's a lesbian. I love her. I love her whole concept of the costume. She had a white face, black mask with the red hair. Love
Mm.
that one. Um, they also got a CW TV show of her of that, and I think that's the first lesbian TV show, main lead for a lesbian TV show, if I'm not mistaken, on
Oh, we
CW.
spoke. Yeah, they spoke about.
Um, Deadpool. Uh, in another universe,
There's a lot of
Wolverine. A lot. There's Wolverine. Uh,
And
them.
as I was thinking, like Catwoman, Poison Ivy, right? Um, Catwoman,
Cat,
you guys are telling me that Batwoman loves the puss.
Catwoman. I don't know. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe. Um, it's just a whole lot.
It's
There's a
Well, her
it's a
name is
lot of
Cat. I mean, Cat. Cat child. I mean,
there's actually quite a few X-Men that are of the spectrum
oh
too.
yeah.
Quite a few.
Iceman. He recently came out. Hey, Belize.
hey,
In a different
Cornucopia.
universe though.
In another universe? No, the main one.
Hey, believe
The main one too.
who?
in some renditions because Colossus is in another universe too.
Yeah, that
Colossus,
one.
and he was married to that Canadian guy that could run fast,
North Star.
who's gay, but he's in a North Star. He's actually married to a black man in the he must be Billy Porter. Um, listen, I love Billy Porter, but I don't know what's up with our phase marrying, and it's nothing wrong with it, but it's
There's
like
nothing wrong with it, but I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I
y'all can find one black person.
I feel you.
It's that one thing that's got you tripping. Like,
I'm sorry, just to be a little bit
but
off tangent.
he's married. Can you come back,
Just
sir?
to be maybe.
Can you come back? It wasn't
No,
that
because
bad.
no, it's not that it's that
Shit.
bad. It's just I agree with you on that, and I just had to step out and do a little shout in my little corner, my little prayer corner. But
Now everybody just disappearing.
but I'm to go off
But
tangent. But yeah, like,
it's those main ones.
but like to go off tangent.
Continue. I didn't
No,
want to
no,
cut
no.
you up. Where did he
I don't
go?
know, but
Sir, where'd you go?
I'm coming back.
I want to say something.
oh,
I need an award
Oh, I thought,
to add an
I
accessory.
thought it was too.
Hair is looking a mess right now.
I thought your new power was invisibility.
I needed to throw
That
a
was
hat.
your new power, invisibility.
My hair was looking a mess. So I was like,
child, that's why I'm wearing this hat.
Your
okay.
hair
That's
is
why I'm
fine.
wearing this hat.
Your hair is fine.
But like I said, just go off tangent. I agree with you that personally, I just don't understand Raven Simone, Billy Porter, Todrick Hall, all other celebrities just get white people. I mean,
I know Lena Waithe was the exception until she cheated on her wife. And I don't mean to laugh at it, but it was funny.
Think about how she loved her wife and they were meant to be together. They just got married.
Yeah.
publicly.
right.
I mean, like, seriously, and then you just cheat on your wife. But I love Lena Waithe as a writer, though. So I don't want to get too involved in her personal growth.
Dude, her.
She's a great writer.
We should get her to write the new X-Men movie. No, I'm not playing.
Now, hold on.
Well, hold on.
I'm still chastising her for what she did with Queen and Slim. Okay.
Oh, I love that movie. That movie was good.
I did not like it.
Really? Why? Really?
I just felt like, I needed more. I needed more. And a lot of the, especially the ending, just was like, girl, like, they should have got the fuck away. That bitch ass nigga that turned to them and kissed the whole dick. I just was not here for, like, the writing, a little bit of it. I just couldn't take it. The acting from both of the actors. Like, I felt like the guy did a good job, but I was like, you are really just working my motherfucking nerves with your pussy ass. That shit that happened with the cop, I would have dragged his body into that seat and told the girl, drive the car. I'll take the cop car. No one was around. You could have just dumped the car. And you could have been in Cuba and you wouldn't have to worry about someone turning on you for money because you wouldn't have been on the news yet.
Nah, I didn't watch this, so I can't relate. But I will say this.
You can
I saw
tell
those.
I'm trying to get away with murder, child.
Oh my gosh.
But going back to like, there's a lot of X-Men that are of the spectrum, and a lot of them that are black. There's like I said, there's one called I don't understand why they called him, well, them, because they're a drag queen. What they are, there is a gay man. His name is Darnell Wade. That is so black, and I'm here for that name as it is. But
real quick, I'm
why
sorry.
is your
I hate to make a joke out of this, but just imagine a group of superpowered drag queens coming to save your life, honey. Yes, God. Yes, God, honey.
Yes. I'm here for it. Here for it.
Yes. And then Tina Turner's playing in the background. Yes.
I cannot.
Yes.
And they out there, they start voguing. They see the cars come on, they start voguing. Wow.
To be honest, I think they have a character like that. I think they have
evil, honey.
Don't they have a drag queen superhero?
Huh?
Don't they have a drag queen superhero?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. His name is Darnell Wade, but his drag persona is shit. See, this is what I think Marvel does. Marvel does not. They want to be inclusive, but who do you have writing these about these storylines? Y'all should have had an actual person or interview actual drag queen. What drag queen's name is Shade?
They ain't gonna do that.
What drag queen's name is Shade? But that's stupid then. They don't have it. If it's not real, I don't want it. What Alexa said, it must be real. Real.
But that's the thing. They, like you said, they want to be inclusive because they know they have readers that falls under the spectrum, and they just want to throw out characters like that just so they can shut you up.
And that's real though. Let's be honest here. Most comic nerds are involved in camp getaway type circle jerks. Like, let's be honest here. A lot of them fall under the spectrum, whether they're in the closet or what. That's that self-discovery mode.
Hey, Hermit.
Hey, baby, what's up,
Hey,
Hermit?
Hermit TV, how you doing, boo?
What do you mean they're not posting me as live? I hope they didn't try to get me like they did G Status when I did that whole.
Oh Lord,
I did that whole.
YouTube be on they bull. YouTube is on they shit.
Oh,
But yeah,
we're
they
live.
have him. But like his storyline is interesting, where he was kicked out of foster home after foster home. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's like, can any black comic book character have a decent upbringing with a mother and father?
Let's talk about it.
Right?
That's a good
Let's-
conversation piece right there, because they always do kind of show us from a broken home situation and all that crazy.
Yes.
And I guess it's because it's more relatable. The only time it showcased like black superhero coming out of a good home, the only one character I can think of is Static Shock. But then again, his mom passed away though. But still,
Depends on which. In the cartoon she did, she in the comic book she was there all the time. She was more than the father, and the father had a different job too.
mm-hmm.
Some I'll be like, if you're not gonna be whatever, that's another topic for another day. We talking about the LGBT. Lettuce,
But here's the thing though.
sandwich. Huh?
But in the Static Shock comic book and TV show, his best friend, I said in the Static
It's
Shock,
white.
in the Static Shock TV show and the comic book Static, his best friend who is white, but he falls under that spectrum. He's gay.
Oh, he is.
Mm-hmm.
You barely see it, but this is the thing.
But I understand. But back in those days, they don't really showcase that spectrum, but they throw little hints. Like if you rewatch the old shows, you'll catch the cartoon of him talking to Virgil, who's Static. And every time Virgil talks about girls or something like that, he just brushes it off or he makes a joke about it, insinuating. There's that cop lady from Superman, the animated show. She was a lesbian. And they didn't really showcase her.
Renee Montoya.
Mm-hmm.
Renee Montoya from Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of them, but
It's
they don't get. One, they don't write well for them, or two, they don't get. Even in the TV show The Flash, the detective guy was gay, and they were like, "Ooh, I'm gay," and then that's it. No storyline from him.
Can I say this though? When it comes to introducing characters that fall under the spectrum, and when it comes to TV shows like The Flash, I don't know why, but I always get unnerved when I see it because they do it how they script them to announce that they fall on the spectrum is just so awkward to me. It's just so awkward. Like you said for The Flash, how there was this one scene he was just mentioning about his fiance stuff, but how it was just jerked in there, it made me feel unease. I'm like, why would you do that?
Mm-hmm. It's forced.
It was so forced. And that's the thing. They don't really know how to write black characters or
they don't.
Gay characters.
The only person. I'm sorry. Continue. Floyd. Sorry about that.
No. You're good. Go ahead.
The only person that is in the comic books of the LGBT spectrum that they write well in the show, and the actress is phenomenal, is Black Lightning Anessa. Anessa as Thunder. Mm-hmm. The girl plays her well, and they write so well for her character. That's believable to me.
Fuck too.
Beautiful.
She is, listen.
Beautiful.
Listen. I will have sex with her.
Seriously.
Ooh, I would. But you know what it is though?
She
has this masculinity about her that I'm fascinated with. She has her Normani too. This masculinity about them.
Normani will flip kick your ass. You have no choice to have sex with her. Because she will beat you into submission, honey. She will dance all over your balls. You have no choice.
But the girl, she plays the Anessa so well, and I commend whoever wrote that character. It's believable.
Yeah.
And even though she is with somebody of color, a Chinese girl, and she is somebody of the spectrum.
But
her powers are so different in the comic book. In the comic book, she's a Amazon, and she fights like she's one of the Amazons for Wonder Woman. In the TV show, she's like a metahuman that just changed into somebody that needs to go back to Shady Pines old daycare center. I don't understand that. Why? And she turns into a leopard. Okay. Take her to the Bronx Zoo. I don't know what's going on. Like,
you talking about the girlfriend?
Yeah, Grace Choi in the comic books.
That
badass
person from DC that is the rival of Wonder Woman.
No, in
not Cheetah.
Okay,
not Cheetah.
Okay.
In the comic book, she's a Amazon, like what Wonder Woman's tribe. Those people in the comic book, she falls in love with one of the Amazon women, and she's
because
Asian.
Wonder Woman is not the only Wonder Woman. Let that be clear.
Exactly. There's Nubia. Let's talk about it.
I didn't know that.
Nubia's my favorite.
To go off tangent. Well, first of all, just lay the ground flat. Most of 90% of the Amazons were part of the spectrum.
Of the spectrum.
They had no choice. There was no men around. They had to play hooch.
Oh, when they get, they were pan. They were pan.
Mm-hmm. Who else? There was Nubia. She was technically she was the first Wonder Woman, even before her mother Hippolyta, and she was black.
Was she in the movie?
She was in the. Yeah, she was. She was in.
Was she played by the girl? You know,
really jacked.
Was that the same girl that was in Dora Milaje? And because if we want to talk about warrior women that are of the spectrum, most of the Dora Milaje is lesbians. Most of the Dora Milaje is lesbians. So who was Okoye? Okoye had no husband. Okoye didn't have no damn husband. They all was concubines. They were all concubines in the comic book.
I mean, concubines.
So going back to Miss Joy, Miss Grace Choi, however you say her name. In the comic book, she's an Amazon. In the TV show, she's like a shapeshifter, but she's a metahuman. And I don't even think she is a woman, her normal form. I think she's an old man. But I don't like the way how they do her character. The actress does well with it, but why is she not an Amazon? I guess maybe they don't have the rights to introduce the Wonder Woman story. So. Pardon?
Have you seen season 3 of Black Lightning yet?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm working on it.
It's good.
I was just about to say something because I was about to say, well, never mind. If I say it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But
okay, because maybe I missed that.
Well, the ending.
I'm trying to remember because I saw the last. Well, I remember from. See, I can't even say because he didn't watch it.
Looking at me like, bitch, you better not.
But let me tell you something. That guy from Unfabulous. Painkiller.
Let me tell you something. He is fine as fuck, and he's a wonderful actor.
But I said, I don't know if you ever watched a show on Nickelodeon called Unfabulous with that girl that was in that plays Madison from American Horror Story that plays the witch. She's a badass. The actress, what's her name again? She was in what's her name? Emma Roberts. She was in a show with him when they were kids.
Actually, very briefly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said from jump. I said he gonna be good looking when he get older. Boom. Exhibit A.
Judging by this, he looks a hot damn mess. He looked like a.
But I knew that he was going to turn into something.
And let's show the girls what he looks like now. What's his real name?
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good question.
I forgot. Jordan Calloway.
Yes, Hermit. 99.99999
Jordan Calloway
of the Amazons were of the lesbian spectrum.
Child, y'all look at this glow up, bitch. Hold on.
And a side note, apparently there was different Amazon tribes from around the world, not only Greece. Yes.
Let me tell you something. Black Lightning is back.
Wait, I didn't see.
That's a glow up.
Glory.
Blow up.
Glow up.
He is fine.
But he does a great job too.
I was like, I know she can't take all that. Anyway, let's get back on the subject. I'm sorry, y'all.
But yeah, she's like I would have loved if they had introduced it. Now I don't even know if they did, but I really think that they did a good job with Anessa. Basically, that's the best representation I've ever
So far,
seen
yes. So far,
so
yes.
far. Hopefully more. Hopefully more.
Hmm.
Hopefully more.
Now, let me see. On the opposite spectrum, who does the worst of writing a character of that? I would
Marvel.
say, ooh,
To me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Marvel.
cut you off. I don't
No, no,
see
no.
it.
I was going to go there. I was going to go there with Iceman. How
I don't even think he the worst.
how they did him wrong because apparently, first of all, what they did is they brought the old
Give me a
original.
second. I'm sorry.
One
Y'all can
moment.
continue though.
One moment. Hold on.
Mhm. Yes, God, honey. Thank you. I just want to know if the chat believes. Hi, everybody. Hermit. Hello. Queen Kim. Hi. Cats Meow. One True Tarot. Janae, if you're still here. Hey, niece. Miss Witt, how are you? Welcome, everybody. We're just, trying to have some dedication for the Pride Month, honey, so we can highlight some, superheroes that are part of the LGBT spectrum, along with trying to shed some light on Black superheroes that, don't get the just due that they deserve.
Sorry, y'all.
No, you're good, boo.
um,
What did I want to talk about too? I also wanted to know, when you get done with what you were explaining, I wanted
mm.
to get into superheroes that should be gay or you would like to be gay. Or
Wait, repeat that question again.
I mean, superheroes that to me, in my opinion, should be gay adjacent, or just you would like to be
Ooh.
gay, or you could see being gay.
Okay, okay. I'll get back to that story because I like this question better. Um, who I want to be gay? Hmm. I want one of the Robins, at least one of them, of the Robins, Nightwing specifically, to fall under the spectrum. I want
Why?
because uh, when it comes to comic books, the fans always talk about how good looking he is, how he's able to be a good acrobat.
He could bet an impossible.
and and in every comic book, if you notice in every comic book, when they illustrate Nightwing, they always showcase his butt. He has the perfect
Yes,
butt.
but you know what they said about him and Batman.
See that brought it up because some Karen came on the scene, looked at her child's comic book. It was like, this is inappropriate for my kids. Let me spread the word to let them be fearful of these comic books.
And that's why her son is running a pride parade every year.
Mm.
Who else?
What's going on, honey?
Hmm.
Ah,
Dun, 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 Superman to the rescue, bitch.
Superman.
No, I hear the sirens in the
Oh,
background.
I finna say Superman. I don't know about that. Under the spectrum.
It's me, D. You all right, baby?
I don't even know.
I
It's not.
honestly, what gives me gay energy, Batman gives me DL energy. He gives me real like DL. He's just frustrated, so he just takes his anger out on the streets, child. Yes, God, honey. Because think about it, like he never really like. Well, he was a ladies' man too, though. But he gives me DL energy, though. Like lady, that's why when I first when I first started getting
You
outside
know what?
of my perspective, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, late in the midnight hour, that's when he comes out.
True. And you know what? They always say that he's a playboy and talking to women. I don't really see it. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I think Cyclops fall under the spectrum too. Maybe
Oh.
they're preluding to it, so I don't know.
Well, if he can't see, might as well.
Might as well. Magneto, maybe.
But wouldn't he be like too old though?
The actor who played him back in the day, he
Oh,
was part of the spectrum. So
he was gay too, wasn't he? That is true. That is very true. I didn't even think about that.
um, I don't think when it comes. Okay,
Was
see my
Alfred gay?
no, I don't think so. It could be, but no. Um,
Because
matter
Herman
of
said
fact,
Butler is gay. Batman is just an ally.
but now that I think about it, they're relaunching a Batman TV show. Not TV show, correction. Take that back. Take it back. Comic book.
Okay.
A female is writing it, and she has Batman in a kind of like a love triangle between the Joker and Catwoman.
Mm.
And they changed his ethnicity. He's not white anymore. They made him Asian.
I
On
just
top
don't.
of that, Alfred, I think, was openly gay.
Mm.
So, but the people don't, you know.
Well, the people are asking. Cat's Meow and So Jeff says, weren't Magneto and Charles Xavier in love?
I could see it for them, but not necessarily. They're just like friends, more like war buddies. But then at the same time,
When I dwell on it in a sense of like in a joking way, like girls scorned lovers going to battle, but
scorn lovers. I can
they
see
never
that.
actually try to kill each other.
Yes, Belize. They're making Batman Asian in this new comic book coming out. In his teens too. I don't know what they do. Why they're doing this.
Ooh, child, I think Magneto fucked Xavier just too hard. That's how he lost his legs, ability to walk.
Not on this good God loving day. Please no.
Happy
No.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. But like with me, now that I think about it, it's not that I
Good
can
boo?
see for characters to be you good. Now you sound
Yeah,
muted.
you're not gonna see me.
Okay, now. Okay.
Y'all not gonna see me.
But like when it comes to superheroes and stuff like that, I don't necessarily look. I'm not like intentionally looking for it. But if you write it well enough for the introduce them that they fall into that category, then I can see it for them. But 9 times out of 10, I don't. But
And you know what? Let me say this too, though, real quick, because it really made me think that you don't really get too much of. I recently, like, you get small pieces of romantic situations in these movies and the shows, but you never really get to expound that much on them. And I think that's what we're getting away from, and I think that's what people are actually missing. Yes, we like to see the death and destruction and superheroes come together to defeat a great evil, but we also want to see those special nuances that relate us.
Honestly, I think because of movies like the original X-Men and Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire versions, it kind of burnt out the whole drama aspect of the superheroes. And now people just want to see the world get saved. It's to the point where people...
Well, it got burnt out because you have shitty actors doing a poor job.
Well...
Let's just be honest here, because the X-Men, they have slaughtered the X-Men. They have slaughtered... When Tobey Maguire was the worst Spider-Man ever. Hello, God, in my opinion, humble opinion.
Humblest.
The humblest opinion. I mean...
Humblest.
The way they did it now, if they would have did it like they did the animation...
Hey, I'll tell you.
And Gambit, that romance between Rogue and Gambit, come here, sugar, bitch. I was here for it. I was here for
yes.
It. What's up, El Teddy? How you doing, boo? But we got away from the gay talk though. Like I want to shed light on LGBT. We don't want to get too much
LGBT. Okay. But like, oh yeah, back to the whole Iceman issue. How they wrote him. Basically, they brought the old original X-Men, which consists of Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast, Angel, and Iceman. The original 5. They brought them back from the past. Apparently, Jean Grey did some illegal mind reading thing, and she read like everybody's minds at the same time for some reason, and she came across Iceman.
Just like a white woman. Always doing some shit that black people don't want.
Put her Karen. Oh, get out of here, Karen.
And like what happened was that...
Hey, bring your fucker here.
I'm not dealing with y'all on this day. But like she read the mind of Iceman, and then she pulled him to the side and like basically outed him, talking about Iceman, you can't stop acting like this. And Iceman's like, acting like what? and she's doing all this hand gesture and shit. And basically, she just came out saying, "You're gay."
Oh wow.
And then like Iceman was like, "No, I'm
I would
not."
have punched her in her face.
And Iceman was like, "No, I'm not." And
Oh,
like it kept going back and forth on this, and like eventually he was forced to come out as gay. And then he was like, "You know what?" And he still didn't believe it, so they went to the adult future Iceman and was like, "Is this true?" And he came out to his past self that he was gay as well,
mm.
even with all the past of him dating Shadowcat and having crushes on Emma Frost, even the past liking Jean Grey. He was just under the down low. And,
Child, let's get into it. I feel like I'm in a novel, bitch.
and then now that
It does.
both past and present selves accepted their sexuality, so now he have the past self dating some guy from the Inhumans, a prince of the Inhumans, and then the future self is having one night stands and starting to having a brief romance with Pyro from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
How does that even work though? Ice and fire. Yes, God, honey.
That sounds sexy. That sounds sexy.
I can just feel it.
So yeah, there's
I
that.
mean, y'all can't see me. I'm over here trimming and shaving.
That's probably why you done went behind the veil, honey, because you.
Well.
No, listen, I will show y'all why I went behind the veil.
What happened?
Y'all not gonna see me that well. I look like I got some sort of superpower.
I was about to say,
to the spectrum.
Are you in the process of becoming a metahuman?
Yes, to the spectrum. Yes, to the rainbow
I
theme.
wish.
The rainbow theme.
As a gay superhero, what would your powers?
My powers?
My powers would be
Green Lantern.
As a child, I always liked telekinesis.
You have to be an actual relatable superhero. Like, just give yourself anything you want.
Reality warping, okay?
Oh, wow, okay.
Reality warping.
I don't...
Telekinesis. Let me see whatever else I say.
I'll be so petty. I'll be like, you said what to me? You talking about my mama? They don't snap. I
would be scared to have mind control or hearing people's thoughts or time travel because people are shady. Our people are shady. If I hear a thought, they be like, what the fuck you got on? What is this? Hey, girl, some shit like that.
Ooh.
I'll be scared to have like that.
I'd actually enjoy the reality warping.
Not mind reading.
Mind reading and teleportation, cat. Teleporting, yes, that'll make life so much easier.
I can do the mind reading.
Mind reading.
I couldn't do the mind reading.
That's a question for the chat. What powers would y'all like to have as superheroes?
No mind reading. I will lose so many friends. But then at the same time, you won't waste time though.
Anything that encompasses me living forever and being extremely powerful, I'm down with. What's that really be? Wonder Woman?
Maybe.
Hey, auntie.
Maybe I would be an empath.
Oh, that's
where I could feel people's emotions, and then if I feel like you're depressed, I could probably help you out and be like, babe, I could be like Iyanla. Come, my love.
Don't empaths take on the emotions of the person they're channeling? So that's a lot. You don't want that.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Like the ones that now developed that have the power for the first time, they kind of could take on the power, but some of them can control that and just feel other people's emotions and control their emotions. But I wouldn't mind being an empath, so I could just feel, somebody's, if they're hurting or whatnot, and see if they like me.
Well, you wouldn't waste time. Persuasion, yes, but at the same time, that's scary though, because if you guys seen Jessica Jones,
that is.
If you guys seen Jessica Jones where they're villain, how persuading people, making them do what they don't want to do, that's scary power.
Real powerful people and fuck them up, man.
That's scary though. That is scary.
Hey, Abby.
The whole Justice League came in. Oh my heart.
Isn't that crazy? Justice League joining in on the superheroes conversation.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Yes,
Now for
God.
So,
teleporting,
going to
what you said, D?
going back, but yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna say, going back to who you think would be part of the spectrum, and you kind of mentioned it too when you were talking about them redoing the TV show, the Joker. He has an obsession with Batman. That ain't right. He has an obsession with Batman.
Well,
Obsession.
I'm sorry, I just don't see it for him, Joker. He looks too scary for me to be imagining.
I mean, you don't have to like him. I'm just saying he has an obsession
Oh God,
with Batman.
y'all and his mind control. What happened to
Y'all doing too
consent?
much with the mind control.
What happened to consent?
This is the thing. Let me tell you something. I'm a shady ass queen, so I'm just gonna keep it real. As long as I don't die and a bitch has all kinds of great power, just the spark of my power will make you do what I want you to do. Drop them draws, nigga. You feel me? Like, bitch, you have no choice. You have no choice. So I know we're supposed to live in the world of consent, but if I'm all powerful, I don't need your consent.
So you would say, what's the goddamn? What's the procedure?
Let me not front. Okay, when I was little, I did want a mind control because I just wish that I could just change my mind, my parents' mind when they want to vent and yell at me for doing stuff. I'd be like,
We talking about
Nah.
what superpower would you like to have? But I would just answer
hmm.
that question. I'm from Real Hot Boys of Houston.
But then again,
Mm.
now I think about it, I say, just to go back to that last topic of characters I see that falls under the spectrum, I say anybody, any of the male characters that like shows questionable friendships, like you said with Magneto, Xavier, Tony Stark and Iron Man, Tony Stark, Iron Man, Captain America, I mean, um, Bucky and Iron Man,
Child.
Winter Soldier.
What
I
about
don't
Um,
what about Hawk, the
see that
Hawkeye
though.
and Captain
I
America?
don't really see.
Hawk.
They hate each other, don't they?
It's like,
I think in the comic book they don't like each other like that.
wait, with who? I mean, I know.
Hawkeye and Captain America. Or is it? Or did you say Captain? Yeah.
No, I
I don't
said
think they
Captain
see it for each other like
America and
that.
I'm sorry, his friend with the wings,
Winter Falcon.
Falcon. Yeah,
I see I get platonic vibes from those two.
just
Now,
loyalty.
now,
Yeah.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, maybe, maybe.
No.
Come on now.
Falcon like he don't mess with white people. I don't think Falcon mess with white people like that.
Yes, he do.
Who?
Falcon.
M'Baku, yeah, M'Baku could get it.
Um,
All of the Black Panther people can get it. All of
all
them.
the black people.
Just
Not Forrest Whitaker.
who?
Not Forrest Whitaker. Mm-mm.
You know what I mean. Excluding old bitches, excluding the old niggas and the ugly ones. We know. We
Okay,
make
so
people Wakanda forever, but only the cute ones.
here's a question. I know when it comes to fan art for like gay superheroes, how y'all feel about two different types of superhero outfits? The very flamboyant, you seen skin, everything type of costumes, or you prefer like how like the Marvel movies outfits for the superheroes are? Which one you guys prefer?
Personally, whatever the mood is for, like okay, like for instance, Storm. Anything Storm wears, I'm here for. But when you're a weather witch, it's cold as fuck sometimes if you want it to be cold. So you better dress for the occasion. As long as you're dressing for the occasion, bitch, like that Captain Marvel outfit, that was everything in my opinion. Even the Brie Larson acted shitty in the movie, we'll still give her props. But it just depends on what we're going into. How See, if I'm gonna go save the world, honey, like, is it gonna be hot? Is it gonna be cold? How am I feeling? Do I want to wear fur boots? Do I want to put on a cute vest? Like, what's the tea? I'm
Yeah, because I asked that because, like, you know how we dress for pride and for clubs and stuff to be showing skin. So when it comes to saving the day, how will we dress?
You can't be having all them tight stuff on. You can't move.
having no capes and shit either, though, because you might get caught up in the rapture of love, honey, and they're not gonna protect you. They're gonna choke the life out of you, child. So I don't
That lady Incredible, no capes, no capes.
I mean,
yes.
That
No
lady,
capes. And then she gave the perfect example of what happens to superheroes with capes. So I mean, I want to be form fitting,
now
and
with her,
my shoes can't fall
I
off,
think she's
so
a
they got to be
lesbian.
perfectly laced.
well,
Now going back to the Incredible, you think she a lesbian? That lady?
Edna,
Edna?
yes,
Oh, definitely. She's part.
Yes.
She's part. Shit, I even
be like Queen Latifah. Use your head.
I love that. I love both of them. I love how they did that. That was so cute.
I guess
Mm.
no capes is an acronym for something else, meaning something else. No dick, no dick.
And that's another thing too. Like I can't be
That's
Be
just
what
right
it
back,
like
is.
guys.
wearing.
No dick.
How can I be a superhero when there's all these prints around me? Like, bitch, put on some jeans. You can kick some ass in some jeans. You know, like it'd be hard for me to do my job as a superhero, and all my
That's
fellow
true.
superheroes are running around here with these prints. Like, girl, no, like I might stop time and just get a cute little peek real quick, and then is that really you, bitch?
Right? I want to ask a question, but I kind of want to wait for it gets back though. Um, I guess I'll say, hey Auntie Ed, I guess I'll say it now. Do you think that comic book, the comic books pay best tribute to the trans characters?
Do first and foremost, do we have any trans characters in the?
Yes. Well,
We have a lot. We have a lot.
they.
They just don't get. To me, they don't get the recognition they deserve.
Okay, so as for the answer to that question, from me, the trans characters, there are some in indie comics that I know of, meaning people like that's not part of DC or Marvel. But however, when it comes to Marvel trans,
Mm,
they are a little iffy because they play it off as, oh, their superpowers is shapeshift, so that's how they could
mhm.
just relate to, like
Uh,
that alien from the outside, not the outsiders.
Yeah.
What's that movie? The Runaways, the TV show.
um,
Um,
Oh, but she's I know
not Sky Mountain, whatever it
she's
is.
the scroll character. She was dating the girl with the power of light. She could shapeshift between a man and a woman. So,
Jesus. Her name was just there. Damn it.
oh,
I hate Zane,
wait.
right?
Child.
When they
That's
stand
my
around and
thing.
that cape flies up, all you see is booty.
That's why I asked that question earlier because I'm like,
But
imagine getting stuck under a rock or something and being saved by somebody wearing that. Like,
you know,
So I guess just in as we look to also Black Lives Matter.
after they say something froze.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, D?
Oh God. What's
what happened? You mumbled.
Can you hear me?
going on?
Can you hear me?
I say something else again.
Can
A
y'all
B
hear
C
me?
D E F G. I can hear you.
You can hear
Yeah. Uh-huh.
me?
I think he's on the phone with somebody.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear
Now,
you.
yes.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to just briefly talk about also too, since in light it is Pride Month, but we're also dealing with a situation, devastation in the nation, honey, as we go to Black Lives Matter movement. Can you guys run down for me some of the historical facts based on Black characters in their place in their universe as it pertains to these movements and these protests and just standing up for truth and justice?
I think
And I guess, and just real quick, I do want to say, for those that don't know, Black Lightning probably would be the most current one on television
the
right now
current one.
that is talking about things that,
Yeah.
are going on in our community as it
For
pertains.
talking what's going on, Black Lightning.
Mhm.
I also
Black
want to
Lightning.
say Luke Cage because
Luke Cage is another one.
is another one. Only for
Um,
the stories itself, but at the same time, it's also the fact that bullets could not harm him,
Mm,
and how bullets just bounce off of
mhm.
him. He could not get. He is. He. You could not touch him. When I
mm,
say you cannot touch him, you cannot touch him.
mm,
So it's that to me is powerful. Black Panther for showing how the bullets just bounced off of him when he first appeared off of his
Mhm.
suit.
yeah.
Oh, and how he could use force fields to push people out when he gets enough energy bottled up. That's another thing. You have Falcon who likes to soar above all the fuckery and bull that's been happening.
Yes.
So I tell you, I like Falcon. Falcon,
Falcon,
we
I don't
live in the
know.
hood.
For me, I have
But
questions because I don't see any point of having just
Milestone
wings of powers.
Comics
But
is
still,
pretty interesting too.
you have Aqua Lab.
Milestone, Milestone is a very good
Mm-hmm.
comic. Whereas it's basically run by DC now, but it's basically Static,
Oh
um,
yeah, Static.
Icon, what's his name?
Icon,
Hardware.
yeah.
Now
That's a black
Hardware is a
version of
badass.
Superman.
Hardware is
Um,
kind of
Hardware
like a
was
black Iron Man.
a black Iron Man. Yes, yes, people. We had a black Iron Man.
He
If you
was a
didn't
black
know that.
Iron Man, but
What's the
but if you're
version of what we see is Tony Stark's friend, Rudy, Rowdy, Rudy, whatever his name is?
No, 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 no. Different. Mm-mm. This
Okay. A
War Machine.
separate
The
situation.
no,
I
Hardware is part of DC.
DC. Okay, DC had their own Iron Man.
This
Like
is
he
DC.
invented his own suit. He had his own business. He was trying to fight off the
Yeah,
white conglomerates of the world. Um, basically,
yeah, because they bullshitted him.
yes, they did. They played him wrong. Now as for War
Yeah.
Machine, he's just the typical black guy borrowing something from the white man friend. No,
Oh,
But listen, we got to talk about Riri.
Riri.
That's my
Okay,
girl.
so if y'all don't know who Riri is, she is basically, well, it's me to explain it to us. Basically, she is a college student. Was she a college student who
She
invented her
was
own?
6 years old. She was either in high school or college, but she was very smart, smarter than Tony
Mm-hmm.
Stark.
Yes,
And
mm.
he in some renditions, she is what's the black man on War Machine? What's his name again? Rhodey. She was in some
Rhodey.
renditions.
Yeah.
That's his niece, and Rhodey died. And so did Tony. So then Tony saw how smart she was and kind of put her under her. Again, we getting saved by the white man.
Mm.
Again, we getting saved by the white man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And and honestly, in all honesty, that's the thing that's killing
And
me
then I
now
think
with
about it
these
when we
comic books
call to
now.
act. When I thought about it, I'm sorry to cut y'all off. When I think about
Mm-hmm.
it too, like every call to action, whether it was Avengers, whether it was Justice League, where the fuck are the black people? You had the Justice League. You had the little what was his name? The android or the one who was like meshed away.
Cyborg.
Who?
Cyborg.
Cyborg. You had him. Look how he had
Cyborg.
discombobulated. So can we really call him a? Well, we can call him a full black man, but at the end of the day, like your
Back in
most
the day, yes. Nowadays,
the call to actions on all white people. They're gonna come save us, the white saviors. They're gonna come save us. The
Oh
Avengers, all of them
God.
are white.
mm-hmm.
Falcon has mechanical wings. He has no real power.
So that's why I like Milestone Comics.
Mm,
Milestone Comics is all black. Icon,
Yeah.
Rocket,
Mm-hmm.
Static, Blood Syndiwick. How do you blood? That's how you say it. Blood Syndiwick, something like that.
But Sandalwood,
They're
who?
all in the same universe too.
Syndicate.
Okay, give me a second.
But like to
Something like that.
play off what D said. Honestly, that was like my first. Basically, that was my role model at the time was Milestones because it was created by a black man named Dwayne McDuffie. I think we touched on this our last talk where basically he created Static. He created a black version of Superman named Icon. Hardware. He also had characters part of the Spectrum as well within it. He also helped created the TV show Justice League. Well, he did some writing for the Justice League TV show, along with Ben 10, Generator Rex. He was in a lot of shows. Um, so he was a good role model for me as to being a comic book writer and wanting to be involved into comics and stuff like that. Um, so he played a big role. To go back to what you said, yes, bitch. Yes, there's always a call to action for white people. Don't know why. Um, or like if there is a black people in there, they're not showcased as enough.
Right.
And that goes for the LGBT too. They just be pushed to the sidelines as the background characters.
Basically. But in the Blood Syndicate, I'm probably listen. I'm Caribbean. I pronounce things very different. I'm sorry.
I thought you said Blood Syndicate. I'm like,
And I
who?
put the link inside of the.
It is Blood Syndicate.
I put the link there. There's two LGBT members. Now there's one called Fade. His name is
Yes, that's what
Carlos
I was just thinking of.
Vasquez, I think. He's gay, and the thing how they did
Mm-hmm.
his character, it was silly too, because he was gay character, yes, but he fell in love with a straight man. Why?
Because he was on the down low. Because that's another thing. He was DL in
Maybe
the
that's
comic
maybe.
books. So
Plus, this was in the early '90s too. Then there was a trans character by the name of Masquerade, who was a trans man. She was born a woman and she's a trans man. And they
what's her
didn't really give
powers?
her enough backstory. And they didn't even give her like you don't know her name, you just know her as him. You just know him as Masquerade,
What's his powers?
basically. Shape shifting.
What I said. What I say.
I know, but I agree with you.
Basically, like the relation, like we're gonna give you the power to shapeshift to insinuate that you're part of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Or like that
Even Mystique.
Mystique.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mystique's part of the spectrum. Especially the superhero that D was talking about, Shade. First of all, you're gonna name yourself Shade. Two, your powers is shadows because you're black. Because you could throw shade.
I mean, I don't mind
like,
the
That's another reason I didn't too much like the idea of Cloak and Dagger.
Mhm.
You have this white woman who balances out this black man's power. His power is to take you to the dark void. Like, what the fuck is that about? Like, is that symbolism? That's like racial symbolism at its best. Like, come on now.
And even going back to the character, is it Fade or Fade? The Carlos guy.
Mm-hmm.
You say he's DL, right? He's in the closet.
Yep.
So he's fading away. Fade.
Don't
Get
go
it?
take some waterfalls.
It's not.
Don't
What is going
go
on?
chasing waterfalls.
That's why I say the only representation that is accurate is Anessa Williams, aka Thunder.
Yeah.
And since we're talking
They
about
got her right. They got her right.
And since we're talking about characters that we see they're transitioning, I know we've seen some fan art recently because we talked about it in our private chat on Instagram about Dominique Jackson being hailed the new Storm. So what do you guys? I know we had thoughts behind the scenes, but I think what we were talking about is perfect for this conversation as well. And for those who don't know who Dominique Jackson is, she plays Elektra on Pose.
Elektra Abundance.
Yes, God.
Elektra Wintour.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
You
what do you
are not on my level. That bitch.
Hmm. I find that very interesting for her to be in that role. She gives off a very mature, seasoned Storm. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I just know the general populace is just gonna have a field day with that because
Yeah.
because you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna have a. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but have a man play as her.
But we remember
That's my
Julie
dude.
Newmar
You're
was the
saying what
first
they
trans
were
woman to play Catwoman,
Well,
saying.
but she was white though, so that might be where the problem lies.
true,
And Catwoman's not that much of a mainstay as a Storm would be.
true. But if she, okay, if you
Mm.
guys gonna do this, have
But
her
my issue
as
is not even that. The fact I don't want her to play her.
you don't.
I don't want her to play her. And I told you guys. I think I told you guys separately too.
Yeah.
The reason why is not because she is transgender. I could give two farts about that. She just needs more to be more of a seasoned actress.
Agreed.
Because in season one of Pose, you could tell that she was new to acting. I'm not gonna say that she was bad because she wasn't. It's just that she was very new. Season two, in the middle to the end, she got better. But I'm gonna need, if you're gonna be Storm, I'm gonna need somebody like going back to the girl that plays Thunder. I think she was a good Storm.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, if you
She
if you're
doesn't
acting like
need that lure though. I know it's all about acting, but when I look at Thunder, I don't see that lure of Storm. Storm has a lure about her, and that's why
Okay.
even the Holly Berrys of the world never really nailed her character right because they're trying to do too much. And can I be honest here? I know you're gonna probably like
do too much or too less,
you're
because
going
they
to rip me a new one for thinking this way. If they would have originally gave that role and started Storm off not as so young, and they would, I think Angela Bassett would have killed it.
yes.
She was supposed to play her, and she turned it down.
I guess she just
She
didn't
was
want to do
supposed
no
to play
flips.
Storm, and she turned it down.
Oh, she missed a good opportunity, especially when she was in Black
I
Panther with the
think
white
I
hair.
think she should have turned it down. She would have done good.
She could have killed it, and I think
Woo!
She
because
would have
That
killed
look
it.
is one of my
Bassett,
favorites from
no
her.
matter
She would
what,
have killed it.
no matter what she's played in, she's had this lure about her that you want to be invited into her world. There's something about her, like she can like whip your ass into shape and fucking comfort you at the same time. Like the way that she just does shit is very Storm-esque to me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think any of these actresses. Now, the young girl who played in the most recent one, like Apocalypse and Dark Phoenix, I give her props because I think that she did a good job. But like, we were introduced to Storm in the
Yeah.
animation as a much older version, and not an old version.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like middle age, like maybe 35, 40 ish.
Like in her 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just think that to have that mature presence, and she was always called upon by Xavier to be that balance for the X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple African actresses that I've heard of that I think can pull off the role. I can't even show y'all, but I'll probably put their names in the chat.
And then just real quick, I know that they shut down a lot of rumors, but what would y'all have thought about Beyonce? I know we talked about that as well, but let's just give the people what we were thinking.
I'm like with you about Storm. I don't know, the title that giving any actress the title of Storm holds weight. No
Yeah.
matter what they feel about it, Storm has weight to her name. She's been known as the goddess of weather. She's been on par with Thor, where he gives her props and respects to controlling the weather. She is a leader. She is a caregiver. The list goes on as to
And one
being
of the
a
first
nurturing Mother Earth.
characters introduced into a comic series.
Exactly. And it's like, you, if you're going to put her on a big screen, you have to make her like a second in command or like the voice of reason on the team. Give her some value, because throughout all the X-Men movies, she's been in the background. She's either flying a plane, or she's doing some weird flying wiring scenario that happened in X-Men 3. I don't know what was that of her spinning around in circles.
That was dumb as fuck. Storm is a trained assassin, damn near. Why the fuck would she have had to even exhaust some of her power on a dumb low level mutant like that?
And she's known to have thought-provoking speeches of encouragement.
Yeah.
What is this line talking about? Do you know what happens to lightning? Storm toads that get struck by lightning. The same thing happened to everything else.
That was so 90s, that line.
Well, look who
That
you
was
had
so nice.
playing it though. You had Storm, and then those writers sucked. That whole throw it in the fucking trash. All of the fucking X-Men, throw them in the trash. Reclaiming my time, reclaiming my fucking life. It's just over.
But,
they do the gays wrong. They do everybody from the spectrum wrong. They do the blacks wrong. It's just fucked up. Like, when can we have our just due? And you only want to trust Ryan Coogler with goddamn Black Panther. Trust him with more than just that. Get more of us on board so that we can have the truest representations. I've got a fire around with me, bitch. The gay flame burns on, bitch. You know, that shit gets, when you go to thinking about the details of the conversation, it pisses you the fuck off, because it's just like, wow. Like, there's a lot of us out here that try our best to relate to these characters, but you force these white, symbols on us when we don't need that right now. We need gay symbols, we need transparent symbols, and bitch, we need motherfucking black, pure good representation.
And that's why I don't get hyped when I'm hearing rumors and speculations about Marvel saying, oh, we're going to introduce a gay character. Or Disney, oh, we're going to introduce a gay character. Y'all ain't doing nothing.
It's 2020. Bitch, you should have been did that years ago.
Should have been. But y'all really haven't done nothing. I have yet to see any character on the big screen that represents me. Black characters, maybe. Black Panther, yes. But no. Me? That falls under the spectrum? No, you haven't. You haven't. I'm sorry. No.
And I agree, El Teddy. Storm is one of the top 10 most powerful mutants ever. She is definitely a universal threat, and they don't ever give her just due.
And like,
even white people, they go up for Storm. Even when I'm in the chats and like white comics, like they have little YouTube channels and shit, and they be talking stuff, and everyone goes up for Storm. Why? The same thing I keep hearing. Why she cannot get her own movie? Why the fuck?
And that's the thing. All I know is if they're going to redo this whole X-Men franchise, they need to take their time, like how they did with the Avengers. Introduce the characters in their own solo movies, have them come together. Well, I'll say a good top 3. Please, for the love of God, do not have Wolverine in here. I love him, but make him the side character or behind the scenes.
I'm telling you.
Like, there's more to the X-Men besides Wolverine. And besides Jean Grey. I mean, I love Jean Grey.
Y'all have tried over and over again, honey, to try your best to get the Jean Grey story right, and you fail every fucking time.
Every time. And
effortlessly.
To go back to
that you started to expound on the very first X-Men that y'all decided to do, but then you shitted it out with that raggedy ass display of storytelling, sorry ass character choosing. We need some Rogue, some Gambit, because wasn't the Gambit movie supposed to come out like a year and a half ago, and it never came in, it never did anything, it never came out. All these different situations that they were supposed to do, but they kept scrapping. Get your legal shit together so that the real fans can enjoy this shit.
Exactly.
And to go back to the whole Pride Month theme, what I want to see is when I want Logo to go back to showing LGBT representation, because right now all they're showing is old shows like The Nanny, Golden Girls. Like, I need more. Bring back the old content.
I don't know if I got that station no more.
I have it, but I just get disappointed seeing that, because you had an outlet for us, and what did you do with it? On top of that, have a like a little runaway TV show of just focusing mainly of LGBT characters. How about that?
Isn't Callisto part of the what is that? The Empire, the She-Ra Empire.
She-Ra. Who?
Remember Callisto? Remember
the
her?
one with the eye patch lady?
Callisto.
Wasn't she the
eye
one?
patch?
They
did her wrong too.
I thought she was the leader of the She-Ra Empire.
No,
she was the leader of the Morlocks. More
Oh,
lives.
okay,
More
okay,
lives.
okay, 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 okay,
Mm-mm.
okay.
Mm-mm.
I do
Tho-
remember in the animation series she defeated her and she was supposed to take over to being the leader of the underground, but she
that's
didn't.
Yeah.
the mutants of the underground.
Go.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Going back to who y'all think will be together, Callisto and Storm.
You know, Callisto serve you
I
butch
could see Callisto and
stud
Storm together.
child. She will eat the hell out of your
I'm
pussy.
sorry. I'm for it. I'm
And I
for it.
don't know
But
what her race is.
I'm a
I
diehard
don't know what her race
Storm
is.
and Black Panther couple. I'm sorry. You can't tell me nothing.
Probably like Spanish or Island, maybe. I don't know. Or
So she, or maybe Zendaya could play her in the next film. Zendaya will play Callisto in the next film.
I'm
You
gonna need
know
her to
what?
get acting together.
How about
Take
Jean
it.
Grey and Emma Frost?
I like Zendaya.
I
Zendaya?
like
I love
Emma
her.
Frost. Every
Jean Grey. Oh,
portrayal of
Jean
her,
Grey and Emma Frost.
and believe it or not, like almost every portrayal of Emma Frost I've lived for. And it sucks because she's mostly a background character, but you're
In
for.
the movies too?
I kind of lived for her.
The
Even
movies?
I think she
Not
played.
in the movies. Or not in that. None of them.
She played a better Emma Frost than that bitch doing. Than they had that girl doing.
Child,
that
no. Not the movies, Lord Jesus.
character.
Yeah. Y'all over here got 4 using his powers of invisibility in here.
Okay.
Not
Mm.
the movies. I'm sorry.
Okay, invisible woman.
I'm sorry. She could do. Y'all could have done way better with her in the
All
movies.
three
I'm
of them.
sorry.
All three of them was the worst.
Of course, we
Not
all
a
could have
one.
No. I wasn't saying she was perfect. I'm saying I enjoyed her more than I did other characters. For her to be such a
I
background
did not.
character, I enjoyed it. I'm not giving her 100% props because they could have did way more with her character because we've seen her demolish shit in the animation.
They
I
could
give
have.
her
I love.
3% on Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
We just back to what I said. Just throw it all
In her
away.
crop top. In her crop top.
Let's just throw it all away and start over.
Just start over. Just throw it all.
It
Throw
goes
it
to show
all.
it shows favoritism when you start to see a product, for instance, because I felt like Avengers, all of them were wonderful, wonderfully made. Black Panther was wonderfully made. I feel like so many things that they've done is wonderfully made, but when you look at X-Men, for some reason you fuckers just can't seem to get it right. And it just kills my spirit every single time because it's just like, girl, like that was my first introduction into the world of superheroes. X-Men was my very first thing that I watched.
Hold on, y'all.
Mind you, I did like it for that time. I did like X-Men. I did like the second X-Men wasn't bad either. To me, I think they took their time with the second X-Men, and then from then on, it was just.
Well, once they went, and I know we talked about this in the last time we all convened and got together, but it's just like they really fucked up when they went back in time and did all that shit because it made a free for all. And then when you came back with them being younger in the next phase of X-Men, I get it, I was here for it, but it's just like you messed up a lot of storylines. You focused again. You still are trying to focus on Jean Grey. You're still trying to focus on characters that you've been forcing down our throats since the beginning. There are so many different things that y'all could be playing with. And you know what kills me too is that in the light of, and I hate to say that social injustice is a catalyst for good TV shows and good writing, but it is. Look what we all like Queen and Slim. We all liked a lot of the shows that are portraying what's going on currently in our times and what we're being faced with in our communities during this particular time period. So in the past 10 years, you've had wonderful opportunities to center and create and put other characters at the forefront of these major issues that were going on. Because again, the comic world, the superhero world was all designed as an inspiration to dive deep into the darkness and shed light on what was going on in these in the world as it pertains to war and famine and a lot of the injustices that were happening in the past. More specifically, war, because I believe that was the historical catalyst for what brought on motherfuckers to want to start doing superheroes, if I'm not correct.
But what happened? What happened? What about war? Famine?
Well,
Apocalypse?
I was just talking about, like, how in the past 10 years, you know, a lot of, first and foremost, sorry, in the beginning,
God created
superheroes,
heaven and earth.
they were designed solely because of what was going on at that time. And war was really big during that time period, like the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and shit like that, the 50s,
Mm-hmm.
60s, and so on. So it's just like, was it the 20s? Child went all the way back to the Industrial Revolution. But you know, like that's what they were created for, to provide a hope and inspiration. So even like now in the past 10 years, knowing that we've had a lot of social justice movements, this would have been perfect time to bring some of these characters to the forefront and create movies that were surrounding those issues. Instead, you want to focus on a little white girl who's having fucking temper tantrums and killing everybody, i.e.,
Hmm. And you know what? To play on that, it now that I think about it, it seems like the only time you see like either gay characters or black characters, it's to play on that power movement.
mm,
Because that's the main reason why Black Panther was created, is because the actual Black Panther was being active, and during that time they couldn't really call him Black Panther, so they had to call him Black Tiger. Mm.
mm,
So there was that. But it seems like with to me, now that I think about it, it seems like the writers can't really shake off from the whole stereotypical power to the people,
mm.
and so it's hard for them to
Symbolism all
write it
throughout Black Panther. Even though I was here for it, it was just like, you guys are just going to throw out the stereotypes anyway. Which we a movie for us, you know, by us in a way, because
in a
it was
way.
directed by, you know, Ryan Coogler, which I'm always here for. But it's just like, I need something that, okay. Let me stop. Go ahead for it. You know, I can go on about stuff like that, child.
No, you good, you good. But like, it. As soon as you were talking about it, my mind instantly was thinking about that. I was like, hmm, these superheroes were created just to express this type of situation with war and stuff. And would it be a perfect time to show outlets of this? Yes, it would. Can we do that? No, because quarantine is, Miss Rona is on a world tour right about now, so we can't really be in the close proximity
In a city near you.
in a city near you. So, mm, so maybe in the future I could possibly see that, but I don't. My fear is for it to be forced. I
I
don't want it
think
to be too forced. I need it to be more natural. Let me see. X Men keep getting it wrong because they are trying to make action just instead of focusing on policies. That is true. And you know
But
the
there's
X
a way
Men.
to combine the two, because
There
I
is a
think
way.
Black Panther kind of did a wonderful job with that.
They did. I feel like they did. And you know,
Even Cloak and Dagger did a good job. If you guys haven't had a chance to watch that show, it's on Freeform, and I felt like even though the storyline was shitty as fuck and they had it all wrong, I do feel like the actual portrayal of what was going on in that time period was perfect, because it is current to what our
hmm
Black boys are being faced with.
okay, okay.
You haven't had a chance to get into it.
No, no, because again, this falls under the whole black celebrities dating
Mhm.
white people, and it's- I know love is love, but
Oh no, they're not together in this though. They're just friends. There's a
mm-mm.
hint to it though. There's a hint, but
I'm
I don't
still
think
not
they
a fan
can
of
be
that
together because of their power, right? It'll consume each other.
because of the power. But like, I don't know. I never got into those characters. They just mm, mm.
Oh yeah, and so Jeff mentioned it perfectly. The Watchmen was really good with political, social
Yes, they are. Yes, they
commentary
are.
in their
hmm
thing.
They're very good. Um, and I guess that's Marvel's fear, is that they don't really want to dive into that too much because they don't want to scare their actual audience away,
Mm.
who's just basically there to have a good time to see their heroes in action. Um,
But I think it's just like when we talk about, you know, these reality shows. I feel like a good balance is necessary, because you're bringing up a generation now that's more politically aware, more socially aware.
Are they really politically aware? I
I
don't know.
mean, I feel like in the wake of what's been happening in the past several years, I believe this generation is a little bit more aware. Active, probably not.
Probably
Aware,
not.
yes, I
Okay.
believe they're
Okay.
aware.
I'll accept that because these kids' attention spans are like mm,
Yeah,
short attention span, and I think it's because of everybody sitting home and not really focusing on any type of shows or movies that's coming out because everything was shut down. It made people more focused as to what's really going on.
mm.
Now, mind you, there is a post I just saw uh, that kind of threw my attention, where it was like an illustration of the news people focusing on racial riots and stuff like that. But the big elephant in the room is sex trafficking and trafficking as well,
Mm.
which is a very interesting to me. As to because there's speculation saying that these whole riots, saying that it's false news, not really false news, but a distraction to what's really going on,
Well,
which
I
is human
have heard,
trafficking.
I know you're in Florida, and I did hear that several kids out of Miami during the protests were snatched and have not been returned.
Snatched has not been found.
So that is true.
Hmm.
A lot of this stuff, the protest, and again, continue to protest, but a lot of that is a smoke screen, and it gives people not a smoke screen. It just basically gives people in in it I'm tongue twisted. Of us
Hmm.
the time needed to go in and snatch your fucking kids. Basically, I was trying to put it in
Yeah. I
better
mean,
terms, but
agreed. I don't feel like it's a smoke screen because it's a long overdue time to riot, time to take action. Something needs to change here, but it's like opportunists is now taking advantage of that, which I'm not here for. Um, I feel like I went on a complete tangent. Jesus, I'm gonna get off
well,
my
hey, that's
soapbox.
what we're here for. We talking about everything. We talking about everything because it
True.
all makes sense to ultimately what the superhero discussion is really about: social injustices,
Hmm.
fighting these evils, and that is very true. And if we can bring awareness to that situation, why not? Because
Right.
our kids are the future. You good,
They
D?
are. It, don't blame Magneto. Magneto is just doing his job. Okay. Magneto is just trying to prove that he's right. Okay.
Oh, and the Gifted also was trash. So Jeff, thank you for touching on that. That shit was trash.
The Gifted. I'm
I
sorry. I don't know why, but like, if it's not the X-Men,
I watched like 4
if it's
episodes of
not
that.
the X-Men, I'm not watching it. I'm sorry.
Oh, did you guys get into the Ooh, what was that one called with the
New
girl
Minutes.
Medusa, and when they were on the planet?
Medusa.
Remember
Oh, I didn't like Inhumans. I
Inhuman?
didn't like Inhumans.
I did not watch
Inhumans.
it.
I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You're wasting money. You're wasting writer time when you could be focusing on going back and laying that. You have a foundation
I'll
already.
tell you why though. The reason why that happened is because Marvel and Fox were in a complete debate as to who has the rights over the X-Men and Spider-Man, and
Mm,
so Marvel and Fantastic Four, but in Marvel, in spite of it all, they canceled all the Fantastic Four and X-Men comics that was released. Um, any type of news, any type of shows relating to it, they cut it off, and they tried to focus on the Inhumans, who are backstage characters, and they try to make them the actual X-Men of. We'll try to replace the X-Men basically, and that's why in the TV show Avengers, not Avengers, what's that show? Agents of Shield. They tried to introduce them and make them that universe version of the X-Men, which didn't really fly through too much.
mm.
So that's that's why
Okay.
the whole thing went down.
And just real quick too, I want to touch on. We're probably going to go for another couple of minutes if that's fine.
Okay.
In the PS5 release, we now see that Miles Morales will be getting his very own game. Did you see the graphics for it? Did you
It's
get it?
about time, and I was here for it.
Yes.
It was about time. See, I'm glad they're doing this because now I could forgive them a little bit of how they had Peter Parker steal all of Miles Morales' storyline.
Mm.
Because one, Peter Parker was not in that high end smart school. That was Miles Morales. He did not have that Asian fat friend that was in the dorm room. That was Miles' friend. Like, mm-mm, I wasn't here for that at all. But this game, I'm for it. And it's about time they actually had a black character that looks good looking.
Yes.
Because
Afro.
honestly, now I'm noticing that with white artists, they don't know how to draw black people.
No, they don't.
They just
They
draw.
really don't.
They either over exaggerate or they just put a dark skin on a white person.
Whatever.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that they actually took their
Anime
time.
blackface.
Anime blackface, yes. And so I'm glad that this um, model, whoever modeled for Miles Morales, gorgeous for one.
Mm.
But I'm thankful
And they
that the
make
artist
him
took
look
their
a
time to
little
do that.
older, like he's an older man, right?
hmm hmm Um, because in the first Spider-Man, he was the behind the scenes character. They hinted at him, and then towards the end of that video game, he gained his powers. So now they're just playing off it.
Okay. I'm here for when I saw that trailer, I was like, oh wow, I'm here for that.
Yes,
It
I was
looks
here for it.
really amazing. What about that price point though? I heard they had two versions, a digital version and a disc version. And one is gonna be
Oh,
five.
that's because it's gonna be on PS5. Oh my god, I forgot. They're gonna make me go broke. They're gonna
Well,
make
they
me go
might make
broke.
will they make a PS4 version, you think? Or no?
Maybe not.
Because the graphics will
Not so
will be
much.
different.
They're okay with for PlayStation. They're kind of patient with people like moving on to the next thing, but mm-mm.
hmm
They're like Apple.
What
Like
I,
they're like,
I would like
bitch, you
them
want to
to
move on.
address the fact that Miles Morales is also part of the spectrum. I would like them to address that. When we going to address
Wait,
that?
wait, 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 wait. Hold up. No, 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 no. That's not true. That
That's
is
what
not
this
true.
is from when they first started. How you mean it's not true?
He's not part of the spectrum. I'm sorry.
When they first started the no, no, you're not. Don't be sorry for me. This is when they first introduced him in 2013
Are
that
we
he
doing
is
this?
Afro Latino. I'm telling you what they said,
I'm gonna go
and that
on
he is
Google.
gay.
Google search. One moment. Continue.
Google,
Static is
Google it.
DC, right?
Huh?
Static is DC, right?
Yes.
That's yeah. I'm not saying static. I'm saying
No, I was answering
Miles
Cat's Meow's
Morales.
question. I was just answering Cat's Meow's question.
Oh,
Go ahead. I'm
static.
sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm just.
Google it.
I'm researching now.
Do it.
I'm doing some. I don't believe it.
Well, is he like bi or like pan?
They might
They
make him.
said he was gay. They said he was gay. This is when they first brought him up. They mentioned it.
I would love like if we could get a wonderful, well-rounded movie of like a character that we already know pretty well, and just insert little soft moments of them having a relationship with the same sex. Like I would be here
Me
for
too.
an Afro-Latina Miles Morales playing around with trade. I would be here for that. I sure would. Like I would be here to see like a main. Even if it was someone like not Doctor Strange, because he's not sexy. I would say Black Panther, but someone would probably just try to jump down my throat and be like, "No, girl, like you're trying to emasculate our Black Panther." So no, I don't know.
You found it yet? Huh?
Speculation. Alleged. You
Hmm?
know what? Let me do the cat.
Hmm?
Catch me out with the allegedly.
I'm gonna do the allegedly with
Telling
you.
me I don't know what I'm talking about. Not allegedly.
I don't believe it. I don't
They
believe
said
it
it. I don't
until
know
I
if
see
they.
an
I
actual
don't.
panel.
That's fine if you don't believe it. That's what they said. I don't know if they incorporated it, but when they were bringing him out, they said this.
They have yet to show it though, because so far he's just been with Gwen Stacy.
I mean, that's not to say the character can't explore later on. You know,
They better write it well. Well, I
think
mean,
about Thor.
well,
Thor's been alive for how long? How much pussy is there really out there? He probably had to play with some of these fairy dicks out here in Asgard or somewhere else in one of these realms.
valid. And they said Loki was part of the spectrum as well. So
I totally believe it. You live
okay.
all this time. You have to. I heard a lot of like immortal beings are like pansexual anyway because like they've lived so long. You can only. That's why I want to live forever. I just want to try it all. Just red, yellow, black, and white. We are precious in His sight.
Man.
Don't give me superpowers. I'm supposed to be. Anything else that we need to discuss before we take our leave?
Anything else? All I gotta say is
black characters that we may have overlooked. Anything that's related to what's going on in the social environment right now.
I say for people who are interested of knowing what character is out there that's either black or part of the spectrum, I say you could go to YouTube and you'll be able to find like quick little 4-minute or less videos of the top superheroes who's part of that spectrum, and they'll give you a brief bio of who they are, what their powers are. But basically, just give you a quick rundown and be going on with your day. That's all. Just take about 4 minutes of your life just to look it up. You can do it on YouTube, but if you want to dive in more into it, just do your research. Go to Google, type in what type of superheroes is out there, and if you're interested, hey, it can't hurt just to read. You know,
reading is fundamental.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for shade, but it's also for education.
Yes. And hopefully one day we'll get our own TV show of all superheroes who happen to be gay, lesbian, trans.
Seriously, and given real justice.
Real justice.
It's me, D. Are you still with us?
Are you still alive? Are you still active? Are you frozen in time? Is Iceman there?
Child, yes, you that frozen cock.
And yes, Kat, give Storm her own movie, please.
Yes, God, please. That's what we need to petition. That's what we need to petition.
A petition. I need her and her villain. What's his name? Shadow Man. Yes.
Hello. And guys, we appreciate you sticking with us today.
Thank you guys out for showing out. Y'all touched my little heart.
Yes. Y'all touched me in other places that we can't say right now, but I appreciate it. Yeah, this was another wonderful special edition, again in honor of Pride Month, just trying to shed some light on LGBT superheroes, giving them a little bit of light since they're always pushed to the back. Also, in light of what's going on with the Black Lives Matter movement and the things that we've been seeing, in our social environment as of today, but have been really going on for some years now, bitch. So just wanted to shed some light on those situations, and again, bring you guys something different. We will again be trying to keep doing this as much as we can. Myself, I appreciate ITSMEDEE and Foy the Artist for coming through, because I know nothing about this particular subject matter. So they educated me as much as educating you guys. So I definitely appreciate you guys for taking the reins.
It was fun. It's always a pleasure coming on. Of truth and justice. In the gay way.
We're about to end this off. Please, guys, support these wonderful men, black gay men that are out here serving fucking truth and justice to these whores. Okay. Whores. Anything you guys need art-wise, Foy is that man. ITSMEDEE is another YouTuber. He does a lot of show reviews. He's really active on social media. Wonderful, 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 wonderful man. So,
please check out his recent video of him reacting to Beyonce's new video.
Yes. Oh, please don't get a copyright strike.
Don't get a copyright strike, though.
Please don't. Please don't. Beyonce, the Beehive does not play.
They do not.
I can't put
Beehive, please
in my
behave with this one.
intro.
Behave with this one, okay?
I tried to add a 15-second clip of one of her songs into one of my intros. They before it could even get up, they snatched that bitch.
Oh Jesus, Beehive, please behave with them, okay? I'm part of your tribe, all right?
Okay.
I vouch for them.
And we love you all. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And remember, be blessed and never stressed. Oh, where can they find y'all at?
You can find me on Instagram at FOYTHEARTIST. You can also catch me on here. So you catch some of my videos on For the Arts. I'm trying to post. I'm trying to think of something to post for Pride Month and for Black Lives Matter. I'm trying to think of something to draw
Definitely.
and to post. But yeah,
The new. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Floyd. Sorry.
no.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was trying to introduce you, sir.
No, you continue.
Go ahead, sir. I was trying to lay it down because you came
No,
on the
you
scene.
was talking.
I'm done talking now. It's time for you.
I hate you,
brothers.
But, no, I listen. I'll be honest. This guy, y'all don't know. This guy is awesome. Both of you guys. But soon to come something new on my channel. Just be on the lookout. It's gonna come out like a thief in the night. But I'm excited. It's a new project I'm doing. Just look out for it.
Ooh, okay.
New project.
I'll be looking out. New project. Are we going to meet your persona? Oh, he frozen in time. Oh.
Project new something.
Something we haven't seen? Wait. Dang.
D.
But yes, I'll speak for my friend at the moment. Please check him out at ITSMEDee on Instagram. Wait, is he under a different name under Instagram?
It's black.
Wait, is he under a different name
underscore divine. It's black.
Oh, okay. Well, check his on YouTube. It's me D. Tell a friend to tell a friend. In the words of my auntie.
Do y'all have a way to put your stuff in the chat or no?
I think I can.
I can do IG. For artists.
And also continue to supporting my good Judy. Yes, bitch TV.
Yes.
He'd show you truth, justice, in the gay way. Okay.
Hello. little razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle.
Little razzle dazzle.
He'll give you educational talks, inspirational talks. Throw a little bit light shade.
Oh.
Yes.
Please tune in to the Justice League. That includes epi reviews, Really Be TV, L Teddy 27, Mr. I'm Still Staying, and Scotty.
Okay, I think it's working now.
Okay, he's back.
Is
giving
it
you the real tea.
Or black static?
Oh, the yes.
And Catch Me Out.
Come on.
I think I got it right.
Yes, Lord.
Did I get that right?
Won't he do it?
Every time.
Hallelujah.
He's able. He's able. He'll shine favor over you. He's able. He will pick you up, turn you around, place your feet on solid ground. He's able. He's able. Hallelujah. And a happy Father's Day to everyone out there who may be a father or in some capacity. You know, I have kids of my own. I have shitted rainbows. Bitch, they are mine. They've allowed the baby. Unfortunately, I cannot claim individual income tax.
Oh. Well, happy to all the Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all, and to all, stay blessed. Hallelujah. And never stress.
Hallelujah. And tonight, guys, the Guest God Roundtable will be at 10 p.m. tonight.
Oh, I'll be tuning in, yes, okay? I'll be tuning in.
Yes, God. You guys have a great day, okay? Thanks, chat. Love you. And all the Justice League members that came through the building, love you guys, too. Please remember to
bye, y'all.
To everyone. You have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Definitely.